How's it going, guys? Mitchell Gaming here, and we are back with some Rome 2 Total War. I got a replay for you guys. I've been doing quite a bit of the multiplayer over the last few days. I got some replays for you guys. I've been having so much fun with this game that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna record some and put some up because I know not a lot of people are still on the Rome 2 train today, or at least not a lot of content creators are really still on the Rome 2 train. But with the ancestral update, this game has gotten considerably better. They fixed the spaghetti lines, all that stuff. I mean, it just feels like it's really refined and polished, and it's a great era to play, and I love it. Lots of factions. Anyway, so in terms of my replay here, I'm in command of the forces of Sparta, and I've got a Bactrian ally over here, and we're facing off against the forces of Armenia and the Marcomanni. So starting with my army here, there's my general. So my general unit is a unit of heroes of Sparta, and it is followed by 4 units of Royal Spartans, as well as 4 units of regular Spartan hoplites, 4 units of Gorgos skirmishers, 2 units of Spartan youths, and 2 units of Perioikoi spears. Now I'd like to point out the cap. The reason why I personally don't think I should have gone with Spartans in this, with Sparta in this, because to be honest with you, he told me that there was a lot of rules. There was a lot of rules, but the biggest rule was that max 13 infantry. Max of 13 infantry. And that, when you're Sparta and you don't have good cavalry, and your skirmishers are good, but you don't have good cavalry, it makes it a bit rough, because you can only take so much infantry. So anyway, that's one of the rules. But basically, so here my Bactrian ally here, his general is an Indian armored elephant. He has 3 middle units to make up his front line. He has 3 units of levy pikes and 2 units of Bactrian royal guard, followed by 3 units of Persian light archers, 4 units of thorax swords, and 3 units of scale thorax hoplites. Now on the Armenian side, the Armenian has 2 units of Armenian spears, 3 Armenian pikes to make up his front line as well, 4 units of armored axe warriors, a unit of noble horse archers, 3 Armenian noble cav, and a Ozat knight's bodyguard. Now, my opponent, the Marcomanni, will be made up of 4 spear levy, 2 armored Germanic swords on the ends, 2 Germanic noble bodyguards. Well, those are Germanic noble guard, but Germanic noble bodyguard here in them to make up the middle, 3 units of berserkers behind them, 4 units of hurlers, a Germanic spear, and 4 units of Typhali cav. So we're gonna see how this goes. He's advancing at me, and as you can see, we started to split up here because I'm gonna face off against him. He'll face off against him, and we'll see. So my game plan here was, I'm pretty sure my infantry can beat his infantry, right? Like he has 4 units of spear levy, which honestly aren't going to be that great. So my goal here is that my Spartan youths will absolutely will probably beat the spear levy in melee. There's a good chance, although then again maybe not. But I would bet my Spartan youths against those spear levies. So basically what I do is I move my skirmishers back here because he has a huge cavalry advantage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for him to keep advancing, and then we're going to begin the skirmishing battle. And let me tell you, I'm going to win the skirmish battle. If he lets this play out, if he lets the skirmishers go at each other, my Gorgos skirmishers will beat his Germanic hurlers. That's just a guarantee. I have better attack than he does. I have Gorgos skirmishers have quick reload, all that good stuff. I will win. And he might have a cav advantage, but he does not want to lose the skirmish battle, I assure you. So you can see the skirmish battle is going to begin in earnest, and what I decide to do is I say, you know what, I'm going to engage this in the middle here. I'm just going to tie up his spear levy. That's all I need to do. But he makes a great counter move here. Basically, I charge here and I don't pull off. He intercepts me with a Germanic noble guard and an armored Germanic sword here, And my Spartan youths are going to get absolutely, like, just dominated here. I mean, they're going to lose. They got countercharged really hard against some high-tier infantry. So I decide that the only thing I really can do is I really just have to try and hit back here. So an infantry engagement begins in earnest. And honestly, I overextended myself. I overextended myself very hard. I see what he's trying to do here. He's wrapping his Typhali cav around my ends here. These Periodicoi spears were supposed to be able to help me with that, but it's just too late. He absolutely demolished this Gorgo skirmisher here, and this one on the end is going to get pretty much the same treatment. But Periodicoi spears are not going to be able to stop that fully. So he's going to pull off here on the ends. You can see my Bactrian ally there is losing the skirmisher fight. I don't know if you can see his units routing. So we're both losing the skirmish fight right here. And my Periodicoi spears rout absolutely outmatched by those armored Germanic swords. So things are getting pretty dire for me over here. I've got an infantry engagement that was going my way here. He's got Germanic Noble Guard and Berserkers in here. I'm too busy trying to micro here that I don't realize that this Spartan hoplite here can be charged over here. I had a very preferential engagement for me over here. I was winning over here, and I should have brought these Spartans over here to help out. But I was too busy trying to micro to take care of his Typhali cav, which I do take care of a unit of it here. But honestly, I'm losing pretty much everywhere. My two Periodicoi spears, which I had tried to use to get rid of their cav, was now being used to fight armored Germanic swords, which, I mean, I'm just going to get destroyed in that match. Like, it's just an inferior unit. It's just how it goes. And he's trying to charge my general here. It's not going to go well for him. Yeah. So I've got quite a bit of work ahead of me if I really want to try and claw this back. I lost a lot early, and I'm really going to have to try to use my infantry to great effect if I want to pull this out. But on the other side of the battlefield, this Armenian player got some of his armored axe warriors into my thorax, into the Bactrian thorax swords, which is going to be really bad for those thorax swords. They're going to get chewed up pretty bad. Those armored axemen are going to be pretty good against armor. Like I said, he lost the skirmish battle over here, and now these Armenian archers are just lighting up these levy pikemen big time. So these Armenian pikes are going to rout the levy pikes in the center. And this is going to be pretty big for the Armenian center, because he's also winning on the flanks pretty big time. I mean, these scale thorax hoplites are not going to be able to win against these armored axe warriors. I mean, they might drag it out. They might sort of delay the inevitable, but they're not going to win without some help. And that help might come in the form of these thorax swordsmen right here. We'll see. These thorax swords are just kind of standing here. I feel like he's missing a pretty big opportunity here to really do some damage to these armored axe warriors if he would just wrap around. But the noble Armenian cav is really doing damage right now. It's really taking a toll. And the Bactrian player really needs to make something happen here. His general's getting shot at right now. If I was this guy, I would have just absolutely just gone straight into these axe warriors here. Like, you want infantry blobs. You really, really, really want infantry blobs to use these elephants on. And I don't think there's a better really option than these swords here. You really don't want to get him into close to spear units. But honestly, he's not using his elephants very well. It's a bit of a struggle here. We're making, in terms of a team play here, we're both making pretty big mistakes that are costing us. And here, actually, I didn't realize this. He gets into the back of these armored axe warriors here, which is really, really good. That's really what he wants. That's where these elephants are going to excel there. Yeah, and I mean, look at all the kills. Like, they just started getting a bunch of kills there, which is great. He's going to rout that unit of armored axe warriors, which you know, he should have done that a lot sooner. He would have really saved himself a lot of trouble there. And he's going to get looks like another charge here onto these armored axe warriors. So he's got a fresh unit of thorax swords here. He's going to run into the fray and see if he can help out. But at this point of the battle, it's actually looking not too terrible for the Bactrian player. The issue is that a lot of the noble Armenian cav is still alive. But anyway, back over to me here. My general is breaking. My general just broke, and he died. So right now, I'm trying to use these Royal Spartans here to break and screen for my main infantry line. But the thing is, my main infantry line is just so outnumbered at this point that I've lost this. I extended my infantry line too far forward. I took a very hasty engagement with my Spartan youths, and I really paid the price for it. I really paid the price for it, as well as not microing my infantry correctly. I really did not make optimal use of my infantry. I'll do some damage before I go down, but really I was very handily defeated by the Marcomanni here. And the Bactrians are really... They're starting to win this center engagement here, which is pretty good for them. It wasn't looking too good for them to start, but the thing is that this slug fight here is going to be influenced, I believe, by this Armenian cavalry here. These thorax swords are going to end up beating these axe warriors. The issue is that these thorax swords don't have any support. The only support they have is in the middle here, and they still have the Armenian spears. He's got plenty of skirmishers left. He's got plenty of cav left. I don't see a way in which Bactria comes and wins this. At this point, my ally was being pretty not very nice to me, telling me I suck, that I died really fast, yada yada, all that good stuff. And what he'll do is after he wins this mid-fight here, he'll end up leaving the game, which is pretty poor sport. But you run into those people all the time on here. That's just how it goes sometimes. But honestly, the simple fact is that the Bactrian player got outplayed by the Armenian player, and honestly, I got outplayed by the Marcomanni player, and it wasn't even like the Marcomanni player outplayed me big time. It wasn't like, it wasn't a small thing either. Like, I got outplayed pretty hard. And he played it very well, and hats off to him. But this is basically going to be the end of Bactria. There's 2 Bactrian Royal Guard left. That's all they have left. So this battle is over. Is very much over. So all I gotta say is, pretty well played to my opponents, and GG is really all I gotta say, because they both played it pretty well. So and that's gonna be my goal. Is I'm gonna post both losses and wins on here, and I like that because it kind of makes the mystery. You never know, am I really gonna win or am I gonna lose this one, right? So I'm not against posting defeats or uploading defeats or anything, and that's just because I think we all lose every now and then. We can't all always win, but sometimes you have losses that make you look pretty stupid, and that was one that made me look pretty stupid. But that is just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just get wrecked like that. So anyway, let me know in the comments whether or not you guys actually like these or want to see these keep coming, because I'm probably going to keep posting them. But let me know if you guys want to see anything different, or you just want to know something or whatever. So it's Marshall Gaming, and I'm tuning out for now.